We're at the Sitka Depot today here in Bozeman, Montana. I am joined today by my great friend Trevor Stewart, a man that knows more about Sitka systems than probably anybody here. I want to go over my setup for my favorite time of the year, elk season. Everybody, has their little glitches of what animals they go for. That's their go-to animal. It is elk for me.
Mm-hmm.
How are you, man?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you. How are you?
Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for taking your time out to help us out with understanding a little bit more.
Absolutely.
I want to go over what I have planned.
Mm-hmm.
And I know by the end of this that you'll probably have a couple things altered for me and change my mind on a few things. I'm always willing to learn, man.
Yeah, and we're all different. So, and there's a million ways you could put this together, right? That's what's beautiful about a system approach is that you can tailor it for how you run. If you run cold, I run hot. We can switch things out and make it work for each of us.
I'm definitely that cold guy. I mean, it is what it is. You got to call a spade a spade. I'm that guy that always runs cold. I'm the guy that's, as soon as that cool little breeze comes, I'm feeling it while everybody else is walking around with t-shirts on. So now that we got my wussiness out of the way, let's go over where I'd like to start from. I'd like to start with base layers. Cause
sure.
That's the beginning, right?
Start here, we'll move out, yeah.
So I like that medium weight of the core Merino 220. You have that 120, you have a 220, and you have your 300. The 300 is greater for me later on in the season.
Sure.
The 120, it's not that it never worked for me. It's just that I've always been too scared to try that light of a weight because I just get cold quick. But this is what I'm working with. I grabbed these off the rack. These are the core Merino pants in a 220 and the core Merino 220
half zip.
Yeah.
Yep. Great pieces. That's a great place to start, especially you're talking September in the mornings. It's usually pretty chilly. I'll usually run a base layer on the bottom as well. I usually like to go with the 120. I do like to go with the lighter weight version, just so I'm pretty active in September. I'm sure you are as well. And you start sweating, and I think the 120, the lighter weight, will just wick that perspiration off a little bit quicker and dry you out a little faster.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I'll run sometimes the 220 even over the 120 on colder mornings just to get that little extra.
That's something that people hear of us talking about our layering. That's something that's important. Like these base layers are usually what I'll leave the truck with. Like I won't have my jacket on. I won't have a sweater on. When I'm starting to climb, I'll have this on only. By the time I get to where I want to be, by the time I see that I'm ahead of the elk, that an ambush is about to happen, before the elk get there, I know I'm going to get a little chilly. I know that I'm going to get nervous. I'm going to get those cold, nervous shakes. That
you hope so.
Yeah, you hope so anyways, right? But a lot of people go, man, I wonder why I start shaking so bad. Well, that little bit of temperature change can really make that happen quick. So this is what I'll wear to get there.
Yep.
And then I'll throw something on right.
And you're right, like coming out in the morning out of your tent or out of your truck, and you're going to put your pack on and you're going to go for a hike, and it's generally going to be uphill.
Yeah.
You're going to start sweating, you're going to get hot. You want to start out as cold as you can. Like you want to get out of the truck and you want to feel cold, because within the next 5 minutes when you have that pack on and you're hiking uphill, you're going to start sweating. And what you don't want to happen is to start sweating profusely, get to the top of the hill where you're going to glass, hit that ridge line, and that's where the wind's going to be blowing. You're going to be wet and you're going to be cold. So trying to mitigate that sweat as much as you can. Have pieces like a lightweight merino or even a lightweight synthetic piece that's going to move that moisture and get rid of it, so you're not sitting up on top of that ridge glass and wet.
Dude, I was that guy. Yeah. I was that guy forever. And
Me too.
I was just too dumb to figure it out on my own. So moving on, this is my own personal piece. This was my personally used merino base layer right here. This thing, you don't want to smell that at all.
That's the beauty about merino.
Yeah, merino though, right?
Yeah.
That's the best part of it. It doesn't, there's pros and cons to it. We can go over that, but my next piece is definitely something that I won't leave the house. I will not leave the house without it. And I don't know, some people will think different, but the Jetstream jacket is This is my #1 go-to jacket.
It sounds like it's a foundational piece for you, and it's
is.
been a foundational piece for Sitka since like pretty much the very beginning.
I mean, you think about everything that it does for you. It's windproof. It's rain resistant, water resistant. It's that piece that you can throw on really fast. Got a hood on it. Got your pockets to warm up with. This is exactly what I'm looking for as soon as I get to the top of that hill. Or as soon as I feel the temperature change, I'll put the jacket on.
Yeah, it's got the wind stopper, you know, and it's a great piece that you can layer underneath with other insulation as well. It's a great outerwear piece. It has DWR, so it's gonna wick off that light rain, light precipitation. It's a great all-around jacket, and I wear it a ton.
Another bow hunter's benefit is its tapering, the way it's sewn around the arm.
Yep. Keep from that string slap.
Yeah, that's right, man. It's made for it.
You also got the pit zips here, so you can dump heat. So when you are hiking, you can dump those open. It really helps dump heat out of
Make
there.
a fast rush uphill if you have to, and you have your jacket on. Absolutely.
So there's one thing I'd like to talk about. This is kind of where I might differ a little bit, and it really depends on the type of hunting you're doing. If I'm going to be kind of day hunting from the truck, I'm going to probably run this Jetstream. It's just a little bulkier, a little warmer. But if I'm going to be backpack hunting and living out of my pack for an extended period of time and I need to save weight, I need to save space, I'm really just looking for a wind stopper piece, something that's going to cut that wind and keep it from chilling my body. So a lot of times I'll go with this Mountain Evo. This is our mountain jacket. You can tell it's a lot thinner, a lot lighter. It packs up a lot smaller than the Jetstream does. So when space and weight is a big issue for you, I would elect to choose the Mountain Evo jacket versus the Jetstream.
So is the Mountain Evo, it's basically missing the insulation layer.
Yes, yeah. So this is non-insulated. It's really just a windbreaker with
But
a
it's an
built-in
awesome
windstopper.
windbreaker.
Yep.
I mean, I feel that right now. That is amazing.
And
I
it's
like
got
the way
these.
it looks.
It's got breathable back panel on the back because
your pack.
because this is like kind of a back. It's a pretty niche piece. It's high speed, so it's going to be
Dude.
for the backpacker. So when your pack's on, you're not sweating a ton. You're still getting some breathability under the arms and on the back.
So well thought out, dude. That was all my idea. I'm just you know.
Yep.
And now, when it comes to the bottoms, I'm actually wearing my Core Merino bottoms right now. It's a little cold out today. I have my Core Merinos on right now. That's why I grabbed some off the rack here. Moving on from there, when I'm elk hunting, when I'm in the hills, when it's getting real out, you can see these things are, I mean, well worn. Like there's mud all over them still yet from chasing coyotes. This is my go-to pant, this mountain pant. I love that it has, still got blood on it. I love that it has knee pads in it. I love that it's got a little bit of insulation to it. It's quiet. And it's just that next level up from, say, an Apex.
Yep.
You know, it's going to keep you a little bit warmer, yet it's still quiet.
Yep.
That's my go-to pant. Like when I'm going out and I don't know what I'm really going to be doing, like if I'm going to be sitting, if I'm going to be, you know, moving, this is my go-to. This is a pant that I just slap on immediately.
And I'd say if you're a big game hunter and you want to buy one pair of pants that can kind of do it all, it's going to be your mountain pant for the most part. It's really versatile. It can get you from spring bear through, you know, through late season if you layer with base layers appropriately. So it's a great choice. And it's got the knee pads, like you said. It's really quiet. It's got a little more material, so it's a little warmer. Generally in September for elk, I've been running our new Intercept pant that we came out with last year.
The Intercept.
It's also got knee pads. We actually did some brand new knee pads in here, and they're a lot more supple. Feel a lot better when you're hiking. Easy to remove the knee pads. I could reach in from the top right here, pull my knee pad out.
Right out.
Yep. So you don't have to take them off, flip them inside out, anything like that. They also got these side zips here.
Goodness gracious.
Long, nice side zips to really dump heat when you're running after that herd or trying to get uphill in a hurry, or when things just warm up.
I mean, that's right where you need it to, right there, man.
And this has merino gridded on the inside just to, with comfortability and scent control and things like that. So really awesome new pant that we dropped last season.
Intercept.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking about, I have two pieces that are, I guess you can say, won't leave the house without. We went through, things that we can use different times, but I'm gonna grab this right here. I will not leave the house without this jacket.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I think people would have to be a little bit loose in the mind to not own a dew point. This jacket can this is one of those things that can save you in a bad situation. Waterproof jacket that, you bundle it up to literally nothing. It takes no space up at all.
Light.
Super light.
Yep.
Waterproof as can be. And, when you feel that rain coming and you have water resistant items on, but when that downpour is about to happen,
yeah.
You pull this out, you're going to keep yourself dry. You're going to keep yourself from potential hypothermia. Mm-hmm. And I think that people miss that part of it. Like, this is dire stuff for me. Mm-hmm. This is a dire item for me.
Yeah, and it's full Gore-Tex rain gear. It is very lightweight, very packable. It is your insurance. That's something I keep, that and even the pant of that dew point pant in my pack at all times when I'm hunting. You just never know, especially in September.
Pant with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I don't.
Especially in September, you're in the high country. Weather changes quickly.
Oh man, it has snowed on me in September.
Yeah. And it can save your butt in a hurry. And then some guys will even use that. You can use that as a wind stopper piece if you're in a crunch and you don't have wind stopper. I personally stray away from that a little bit because I want my rain gear to perform when I need my rain gear to perform and keep me dry. If I'm wearing it as a wind stopper throughout the day and I'm busting through brush and things like that, things can happen to rain gear. So,
absolutely.
It's an investment. This nice rain gear is not cheap, and so you want to keep it nice and you want it to work when you need it to work.
When you need it most, absolutely.
The other piece you probably didn't leave home without is the one you're wearing today. You didn't leave home without it today.
No, this is every day for me. Mm-hmm. This is like comfort. Like right now, I'm comfortable. We're in the building. I walk outside. I'm still warm. Mm-hmm. There's snow on the ground. This is definitely a go-to piece for me, like all the time.
Yeah, that's the Ambient Jacket. The Ambient line's incredible. It's like you mentioned, the temperature range that you can use this thing in from below freezing to 75 degrees, you can be comfortable wearing that. You know what I mean? It's a great active insulation piece. This is my MVP. It never comes off. When I'm hunting, I'm sleeping in it. I'm hiking in it. I'm glassing in it. It's just one of those pieces that's always with me. And I wear it. It's a perfect insulation layer, and then you pair it with your Jetstream jacket.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. This is my when the temperature starts to plummet fast on me. I have my Jetstream. That's my windbreaker with a little bit of insulation, but I actually have full-on insulation between that and the Jetstream. Mm-hmm. That brings me to another item that when I know I'm getting into the latter part of elk season, I know it's going to get colder. You're into October. You're into the first 2 weeks of October. Usually we have snow on the ground by then. Mm-hmm. Like we said, we're climbing all the time. We're running all the time. And then all of a sudden, you get stuck in the middle of the herd. You're stuck in the middle of the herd. It gets cold. Mm-hmm. That herd lays down 100 yards over the hill from you. You know that they're going to come right back out the same way they went in. Mm-hmm. So I put... It's the Arrowlight.
Yep, Kelvin Arrowlight jacket.
I put the Arrowlight on under my Jetstream, maybe over this. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And now I know I can sit there for the rest of the day. I'm golden.
Yep.
As long as the wind doesn't swirl on me, I'm golden.
Yep.
And I've been so many times I get stuck where I'm just about on that bull and those cows start to lay down. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to take that next step because all those older, big-headed cows are usually around the herd, and they're the ones that are going to take that bull off.
You're going to have to sit still.
Sit still.
Yep.
Between these three layers, I don't think
Yeah, and
that you
that I carry that with me a ton as well. That's a good insurance piece too. So this is ambient. We talked about is your kind of active insulation. Like you can hike in this, it's going to move sweat and moisture
away,
off
right?
of your body. This is more of that static insulation piece, like you just kind of talked about. When you're going to have to sit still for a second and wait this out, or you're going to get on top of that ridge and you're going to glass. You're going to
wind blowing.
Yeah, that wind cuts through, and you just need a little bit extra insulation. If it gets really cold, I'll be wearing this with that on top, and then the jet stream or
Right.
that Mountain Evo.
So you like that set?
windbreaker.
Is that that's a pretty good lineup
Absolutely.
of a setup?
I think that can get you through anything, in my opinion,
Cool.
for the most part.
I'm always questioning myself because not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I'm honest about it.
Well, you're figuring it out very quickly. You
But
know, like there's a lot to look at. We have a lot of different
Oh,
options.
absolutely.
So it takes a season or two to figure out your system and what works for you. Yeah.
Right, right.